What are you doing? Yeah? Welcome to the sketchbook tour that nobody asked for. This is my 2023 sketchbook, and I started it mid-2022, but I'm claiming it as my 2023 sketchbook because that's when I finished it. I finished it in about October of 2023. And I honestly can't remember the last time that I finished a sketchbook. I think it might have been roughly 2019. It has been a hot minute since I have gone through a complete sketchbook in a way that isn't like, in a way that is loose and fun and something that I actually enjoyed putting together. It has been too long since I have accomplished that. But let's get into it. This is little doodles from work. More little doodles from work. Here's some gestures. This is for a gig that I went to, so sometimes once in a while I'll remember to actually write down what I was doing or where I was at if I'm out in the wild trying to do things. Most of the time I don't remember though. This is some scripture-based doodling that I never completed. Some car studies. This is the kind of thing I need to do more of, I think, in my 2024 sketchbook, which I really have not touched at all. I'm filming this in November, and I have barely touched within the year the next sketchbook that I started after I finished this one. I want to do some medieval weapons studies. Car studies are always good, but the fun cars, not modern cars. I hate drawing modern cars. They're so boring. Some OCs, some angels from Pinterest, as one does. I'm skipping a page. I am. Here were some sticker designs, and then some caricature studies, and then a little Mariah Carey. A Mariah caricature, if you will. It's one of my favorites to this day. And this is where we're kind of getting closer to 2023. This is December 1st. Felt like drawing classical ladies, apparently. Animal studies. We got a Wednesday. I really do like this sketch a lot still. I think she's very cute. Here's a derpy lizard. Eyes. I tried to do fun time sketching on Sundays apparently, and it worked a couple of times, and this time I drew eyes and mouths. This was the same day. And noses, because noses are weird. OCs and some little mini prints that I never got around to making of Tim Burton characters on Polaroids for Valentine's Day stuff. This was based off of the story of Lot's wife, and I was getting a little more into church artwork and stuff at this time. I might come back to this because I never quite finished it. Maybe someday. These are some more Pinterest studies, expression stuff, random people out in the wild. This is when I started doing the Shark Boy and Lava Girl character design project that I did for myself. So we've got some early Lava Girl sketches. She's cute. Mr. Electric. And this is when we enter 2023, and I think it's a really, really fun transition in the sketchbook. So every year in January there's this thing called caricature resolution, and it is a prompt list of celebrities and other various people that caricature artists will try to draw one of every day. So I decided to just keep it simple and do pencil sketches in my sketchbook, and it's some of my favorite pages in the whole thing. Clara Bow was one of my faves. She came out so cute. This was really fun. I'm thinking about doing this again for 2025. The more silly fashion doodles. This one was drawn after a very nice church day. I was really feeling the worship session. It was nice. I was just playing around with markers and stuff. And then this was probably shortly after I saw Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Banger film. Best movie ever. Hand studies. I want to do more of these. Always be studying them hands. There's no stop. No stopping that grind. And then Barbie movie drawings. I kind of jumped back into a Barbie phase lately. I need to get back into it again. I know there was like kind of a big burst in viewage on my Instagram after I dropped some like Fairytopia related posts, and I haven't forgotten about that. I promise the Barbie phase is still in the works. I promise I still want to storyboard things if Laverna won and stuff like that, but I just have been busy. It was healing me quite a bit. We love Barbie content. Ooh, Rapunzel. Oh, I mean, just look at Rapunzel. Some more sketches. I was growing out my side shave. I had one side of my head shaved. I think I did it in 2019 or 2018, and I finally decided to start growing it out. And so this was like a little vent doodle from March about where it was at and how annoying it was. This was some mermaid stuff that I never did. I was not on top of my game for mermaid that year at all. But that's okay. And then we went to Scream Break at Six Flags. And I doodled some of the characters from Scream Break. At one point in 2023, I had two jobs. I started working at the Joann Fabrics that I live right next to around Christmas time. And I was balancing Joann's in the morning and then my caricature job in like the afternoon and evenings. And it was a time. When I first started at Joann, because it was the holiday season, we had so many hours. I was basically getting like 30 hours a week there. It was kind of crazy. And then Christmas ended and we went down to one shift, 4 hours a week. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't do this all year. And then I wound up quitting over the summer to be able to have time to pick up more caricature gigs instead. But it is what it is. It worked out. I'm chilling. These are some sketches from LA Fair. I work LA Fair with my company. We go and do caricatures and stuff, and they always have a little barn with sheeps and stuff. So I was drawing the goats. This was a mermaid sketch. She's a siren. Other mermaid sketches. I was very tired in May because of LA Fair. That's what this one's about. This is me as a sleepy mermaid. You gotta just let yourself have that. This was at a graduation. This was at my sister's junior college graduation. And I did a little satire sketch about all the speeches that were happening at the graduation. It says, "Now go change the world or all of this was for nothing." These are some other little Pinterest studies. These are caricature ideas. I was trying to come up with examples for my caricatures at this little market, Isle of Magic, which was super fun. Shout out to Critterosity. That was a very fun event to do. And then here is when I got to do a art piece for Scary Farm's art show Into the Fog. And it was the 50th anniversary, and I loved putting this piece together. I loved every bit of it. This is a mascot that was in like the 90s or so and early 2000s that I vaguely remember scaring me through commercials as a kid, and I wanted him to be part of it. So I did the 3 mascots from like the generations of Knott's Scary Farm that I witnessed. And we put them into a piece. It wound up being portrait, not landscape, but this was the vibe. And everything sold, and I was so honored. And then this was just like character ideas for my ice scare. I'm a silly little scare actor during the season sometimes. That's why my content literally just falls off the deep end in October and I go MIA. It's because I work at Scary Farm. But this was character ideas for that year. This was more Isle of Magic prep. Sticker ideas. And then we got into Art Fight. So this was July. This was probably late June here. And then Art Fight is always in July. So July. July. I did art fight in my sketchbook that year as well, instead of digitally drawing things. This is a little like kind of Looney Tune-esque storyboard where it's about it was inspired by the song Break Every Chain by Jesus Culture, and you have this character with a hammer and they're trying to like hammer off this ball and chain that's on their ankle, and it just gets more and more aggressive and it does literally nothing, and then they give up, they toss the hammer, and they get like the little Jesus spotlight. And there's a part 2 in here somewhere, I believe. Yeah, here's the part 2. The next couple pages over is, so they get the little Jesus spotlight and then the hammer magically gets tossed back to them. And they pick it back up and then they hand it over to Jesus or the angel or whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden, once they get rid of the hammer, once they surrender the hammer, their little chain breaks. Oh, that'd be cute. There's more art fight attacks. Some illustration ideas. Some sticker design thingies for friends that I was working on at one point. More Barbie! More Barbie! We love Barbie! Gestures and stuff. These are my friends. More illustration stuff. This one I did complete. I'll put it up. I love how this one came out. I kind of want to bring back this one, this baptism one. This was playing with Crayola markers. This was Pinterest sketches. This was gesture sketches at a sports park that I go to with friends sometimes. This is my friend Tay. Shout out to Tay. She's tiny. And then this was, see, these circles have meaning. Okay, not the meaning that like is deep, but in skill, if you just draw some circles, it's kind of crazy how much it warms up your wrist. So this was me warming up my wrist around this old Armenia sketch that I did. This is my cat. I love, love, love these sketches so much. These are just simple, quick Sharpie gesture studies of my cat. I think my favorite one is this one. And this one, because she just looks so chunky. Just looks so chunky. And she does get chunky when she sits up like that. Her neck is, she got a double chin for real. These are some IRL, just out in the wild caricatures. More out in the wild sketches. I think I was on break at work. Yeah, I was on break at work for this. These are some illustration sketches, ideas for I really want to like try and storyboard the scene for this, but this was the speed paint that I did of like a magical girl type of transformation scene that is like based on like the armor of God. Aphrodite sketches from my pencil test of Aphrodite from Hades. I love these drawings. I think they're so fun. This is some of like my favorite stuff from later in the year. Some poses. I did a study on her. I basically wanted to go for Daphne, Princess Daphne from Dragon's Lair for her animation. This was for some Warrior Art Camp homework. I took a storyboarding class at the beginning of the year. So maybe this is into 2024. That was this year. We might be in 2024 now. Yep, we are now in 2024. So some of my sketchbooking was from this year in this sketchbook, and then the new one that I have is going to be 24 into 25, probably mostly 25. And then this is some more art show planning. I got to do the art show again in 2024. These were some more, so these were a couple of caricatures that I got to make. This one my grandma asked to make as a present for her doctor who did a big surgery for her. And then this one was for my friend and her boyfriend. And they have their cat and they wanted to do like a fantasy thing, and it came out super cute and I love it. Yep, animal caricature studies. This is something that I want to do for my OCs. It's like a little wedding photo. More animal caricatures. I love !ɪɪľᴇ, you guys. I really do. And so I was drawing the !ɪɪḻᴇ monsters, and I put in the corner lethal baddies ? And then I redrew them being actual baddies. And then this is some more !ɪɪḻᴇ silly doodles, and this is my friend's. I made her a surprise little caricature for her birthday. This is more caricature studies. The end of this really turns into a lot of like little caricature studies that I was trying to put together for drawings for work and stuff. Like this is all Cody Road studies. This is a High School Musical drawing I wanted to put together. This is a study of this artist and one of their drawings that I really liked because I loved how they drew the face paint and I love all their line weight and stuff. And then we've come full circle. This is the second time within the same sketchbook that we went to Scream Break. And so I drew 4 of the characters at Scream Break. More Scream Break characters. There's a vlog for that, by the way. You should check it out. And at this point I was like, maybe I can finish, because I only had this much paper left in my sketchbook by the time we were going to Scream Break that day, and I was like, I'm gonna finish it at Scream Break, I'm gonna draw everybody, and then I didn't. So I put in more Barbie drawings instead. And this was like stuff for Twitch emotes. I think this is Mermaid, yeah, this is Mermaid 2024 ideas. And this is when we went to a training seminar for my work, and these are the people that were at the seminar. We all went out to eat after, and we were just kind of like doodling each other, and it was really fun. And during that dinner, somebody said you should draw Freddie Mercury as Freddy Fazbear. I don't know how that came up. I don't remember how that came up, but I was like, you are correct. I definitely should. These are some of my coworkers. And then that's the end. And we finished the sketchbook. That date is completely wrong. That should say 24. I don't know how I wound up writing 22, but it should be April 29th, right? January, February, March, April 29th, 2020. Let's fix it right now. Hold on. 2024. And there you have it. My first completed sketchbook since like 2019. And I love her. I think I had a lot of fun there, and I learned a lot about like trying to keep it chill in the sketchbook and to let loose and just kind of draw whatever I want and not care about what goes in it. And I wish I was remembering to do that again in the new one, because the new one is so empty. And I have been playing around with it in the sense that I started in the middle with Mermaid, because I started this in May. And there's been like other doodles and stuff in it, sure, but I haven't quite gotten into a rhythm with this sketchbook just yet. It's been okay. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my silly little sketchbook tour, and hopefully I will finish this one in time to make one next year. If you want to watch something else, here's something else. This is what YouTube thinks you're gonna like, so you should maybe, you know, check it out. And if you have come back to the channel a couple of times and you're not subscribed, why not? It's free. You should definitely subscribe. It helps me a lot so that I can do this weird cartooning art stuff all the time, because that's what I want to do. It's what I love. So thank you guys for watching. Remember that you can draw a stick figure, and I will see you all a little later. Bye-bye.